Let's bring in Robin Dreeke. He is a retired FBI special agent and chief of the Counterintelligence Behavioral Analysis Program. Robin, it's good to have you. Let's get straight to it. Your top line thoughts on the fact that we've now entered day 13 of this manhunt and this dangerous, armed, convicted killer still has not been found.
Yeah, what an escalation last night as we were watching that live with Ashley's show.
Yep.
So he's following a pattern of behavior, and that is he's continually escalating his resourcefulness, but he's also becoming more brazen, which is going to get in his way and a hindrance to himself. But law enforcement is learning each day how to zero in better. I think this is coming to a close, hopefully very soon. The challenge here is how to do so without him using that firearm to escalate what he's trying to accomplish for himself.
Yeah, and as the days go on, he's obviously becoming more and more desperate. We know, aside from having a gun, he's changed his appearance. We know he's reached out to distant associates from his past, I mean, years prior. As his desperation heightens, does his threat to the public also increase? And if so, what does that look like?
So up until this point, I was saying not as much, just because he's targeting resources and not people. The fact that we now have a firearm introduced, he's going to try to break that perimeter, I think, because he's exhausted the trustworthy people he thought he had in his life that he's trying to exploit locally in that area. And since they were turning him in, he's literally gone back to trying to obtain other resources like these firearms like the firearm he got. And so the threat to the public safety is that, but they're not being targeted for themselves or being targeted for the resources they have. So as law enforcement said, lock things up, be extremely present. Don't multitask when you're leaving your homes, and don't multitask before you go back in, so you can see and observe everything around you and report anything that's looking different.
And Robin, we keep playing this video, just to the left of you on the screen, of all these home surveillance cameras capturing him. I don't ever recall an escapee who's been caught on so many Ring cameras, who has narrowly evaded police perimeters. Do you point your finger at anyone? Does this speak more to maybe how skilled he is at evading law enforcement? Is there a lack when it comes to law enforcement and their efforts? What say you in response to that?
It's really interesting. He definitely has an ability to evade. He's got a lifetime arc, as I call it, of evading law enforcement. He's got lots of reps in this. He's resourceful. He's very small of build, so it's easy for him to be patient and not move. And so every time he's going for a resource is when he kind of pops up and we zero in. But he quickly evaporates into the air. So he's got reps of doing that. But he doesn't have repetitions in practice in evading home cameras and home surveillance systems, obviously, because that's what keeps capturing him. Luckily for us, the criminals have a hard time sometimes keeping up with technology. And luckily for law enforcement, we have that on our side right now.
Yeah. And to your point, Cavalcante comes from a lifetime of gangs, violence, no stranger to this. He's wanted in Brazil for a separate slang from the one he's been convicted for. How's his background in Brazil helping in his escape? And also, do you think, where is someone like this trying to get to? Out of the country, or what's your best guess?
So all we can do is kind of reverse engineer how he came into the country and suppose that he might be trying to reverse that flow in and the network that he used to get here. And so he's practiced at dealing with challenging situations and fraudulent documents and evading police detection at every turn. And so my guess is that we got to reach out proactively and contact networks outside that sphere of influence that he's in right now, so we can try to get in front of him should he break this perimeter. But I'm getting more and more confident we're going to get him now.
And I have one more question that I have to get to quickly. There are a lot of people who are scared, and there are a lot of people who live in this search area who don't want to come home at the end of their workday. They have kids there. They live alone. What's your suggestion and advice to people who are living in fear right now while he's still on the loose?
Kind of like I said a little bit earlier, the law enforcement has said definitely secure everything up. And when you're securing your home and when you leave your home and you come back to your home, I want to make sure everyone takes at least 10 to 15 seconds to don't multitask. Be present in the moment, look around, Be patient with yourself as you're securing your home as you leave, as you secure your vehicles, as you secure outbuildings. And then when you return from home, do the same. And also know he is not targeting you as an individual. He's looking for opportunities. So just don't be an opportunity and move forward with your life and listen to law enforcement as they're giving direction.
Yeah, and I just heard in my ear from my executive producer, we're hearing from a couple different sources there could be the latest briefing on the manhunt at 8 o'clock Central this morning. We'll see if that comes to fruition and what they have to share. Robin, Dreeke, thanks so much.
Thanks, Marky.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.